Hello, friends. All right, we're here with a late night marketing Monday, and I'd hoped to go live to y'all earlier today, but oh my gosh, I was rushing around all day working on things for the challenge and for the book. So instead, you're going to get a late night marketing Monday. And we're going to talk about the costly lesson and costly mistake that I made so that you hopefully will not make the same mistake. And if this is your very first live cast with me, welcome. My name is Natasha Hazlett, and I help entrepreneurs from around the world to get the clarity, confidence, and strategies they need to boost their income and level of influence in the world without working longer hours. And it's all, and the without working longer hours is actually a really important part of today's message. So here we go. When I started my business back in 2006, I did everything myself. I was very fortunate to be a pretty decent writer. I knew graphic design because I had a degree in advertising. I am a lawyer, so I do all the legal stuff. Rich used to love to say, I'm pretty lucky that in my business I have my in-house legal counsel. And so basically, and I was somewhat decent at figuring out tech stuff. It does not mean I'm a tech genius by any stretch of the imagination. Ask my website guru. I'm horrible. I break stuff. But I knew enough at that time to be dangerous. And so I did everything myself. Everything. And from writing my articles on the blogs to posting them to just everything in the business. Like there was nothing that I would not do. And it was always because I wanted to, say it with me, save money. That's it. Like, I don't want to spend too much money on X, Y, and Z, right? Like, I want to save my money. And I thought that was like a really good thing to do. Like, I had the money to spend if I chose to, but instead I wanted to hold on to like every dime. And the reality is that in business, when you own your own business, like, everything is going to cost something. It's either going to cost you money or it's going to cost you your time. And that was something that, I never really thought about because I was just so focused on the dollars. Like I didn't want to let go of the dollars. And so that morphed. And while that is okay when you start your business, and you're just in that very early phase, sometimes for someone that was like picked up a lot of things pretty easily, it was okay at the beginning. But then as our business started to grow, I was still doing everything myself. The graphic design, the writing, the emailing, the website building, the customer service, like everything. And I started getting really, really, really bogged down in our business. And it wasn't until I finally hired a web person and I hired someone to help us with administrative stuff and I hired the graphic designer that like I started being able to be freed up to do the stuff that I was really good at, which was coming up with content and doing trainings and fulfilling on coaching and all of that stuff. And I really wish that I would have learned that earlier. And I have to tell you that this really came to the forefront today because I was taking the next shipment, the second shipment of books to the fulfillment company. And y'all, would you believe it? Like, we've already gone through the second shipment of books. It's crazy. I mean, if y'all haven't heard, I wrote a book called Unstoppable Influence, Be You, Be Fearless, Transform Lives, and we're running a challenge right now. And so part of the challenge for $47, you get my book. So here's what's crazy. So we already are through the second shipment of books. And the first shipment of books, I'm going to be really honest with y'all. I had a supply of books, and I thought to myself, well, I don't know if this challenge is going to take off. Like, I was kind of in test mode, and I didn't know if people would want to join this challenge or not. So instead of hooking up with a fulfillment company that I had already scouted out from the recommendation of a friend, I was like, I'll just do it myself, and like, let's see what happens. Let's see if this challenge takes off. Well, as y'all know, the challenge took off. And I had the distinct honor, because I had not contracted with my fulfillment company yet, of literally packaging up like close to 100 packages. And I had to print out all the labels. I had to cut out all the labels. I had to assemble the packages. And I was like, yeah, this is like so not worth my time. Like, my hourly rate, yeah, this was not good. This was not good. And so today, when I went to the fulfillment company, it was such a relief to be like, here you go. And boom, like all the books went out. Granted, now they're sold out. Now I'm taking them another batch of books. Can you believe this? I'm taking another batch of books. All of those books are already spoken for as well, which is crazy. So we're waiting on the next 2 batches to come in. But now I have someone that's doing all of it for me, and it feels so good. And it just really reminded me to share this message with you, because it's very important in your business that you stay in your zone of genius and you stop trying to do every single aspect. Because there are other people, like, for example, the one thing that most people, when they're getting started in business, or like, even if they've been in business for a little while, when it comes to like a website. So when it comes to a website, like, people are like, oh, I can figure this out on my own. And then they end up spending like days trying to figure out the website, when you could just hire someone to get the website up for you. That is something that, like, people should really, truly outsource their, techie needs to someone else. Because there are people in this world that actually, like, love the techie stuff, and that's their thing, and they can like fix it in like 5 seconds. It's so funny. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I was trying to design a funnel because I wanted to kind of get an idea of how to do it. I don't like being helpless, and I totally messed stuff up. And I was like sitting there trying to fix it for like 45 minutes, and then I asked one of the techie guys that was in the building with me. I was like, "Hey, how do I do this?" And like literally in 1 second, he fixed it. I'm like, dude, I have been like screwing around with that thing for like 45 minutes. So understand and always remember that when you're doing some of this stuff on your own, especially when it comes to like the tech stuff, for those of you all that are marketing online, it's going to cost you in time or money. And you have to think about, what is your time worth? This is what I tell my clients. I'm like, just because you can do something does not mean that you should do something. And that's a very fine distinction. And I think it's something that a lot of people just don't think about. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. And I'll tell you that with many of my clients, when we are working on boosting their income and influence without working longer hours, a really big part of the without working longer hours is to get people to outsource what they're doing, that they don't need to be doing, that's not in their zone of genius. It just doesn't even make sense. And there are people out there that like love to do the things that you don't love to do. So outsource it. So that's my message for y'all today, and I hope you'll really consider it. If y'all are looking for someone for like web design or whatever, just send me a private message. I've got someone I'll totally hook you up with. If you're looking for a copywriter, let me know. I've got copywriters I can refer you to. Just quit trying to do it all yourself, because a lot of times you're draining your energy with stuff that you do not need to be doing. And it's so freeing to know that there are other people out there that can just handle it for you, so you can stay in the zone of genius. So that's my short message. We're keeping it short and simple today, but just look for the things in your business that like don't bring you joy, that may be bogging you down, that are not in your zone of genius, and go and look and outsource it. And I'll tell you, a great place to find people, well, for like little bitty projects, you could use something like Fiverr, Fiverr.com. They also have a Fiverr Pro or professional. Those are like the more high dollar folks. So you could totally go on Fiverr and find someone. Like, for example, I was having the worst time trying to like join together a bunch of MP3 files from my audiobook. And I looked at trying to do it for like 1 second, and then I was like, this is taking too long. So I went and found someone for like less than $100 who within 1 day had done exactly what I needed him to do. Anytime I'm having problems with converting a PDF or like any kind of techie thing, like go on Fiverr. Like there are people that will like literally fix your thing for like $5 or $10, which is like amazing. You don't even have to have like a full-time virtual assistant or something like that. You could have people for like these one-off techie things. And then another great site to look for people is Upwork. It's UPWORK, and this is like a huge freelance site. And I have found amazing graphic designers, people that did our Unstoppable Influence Success magazine last year, people that laid out the Unstoppable Influence Companion Workbook. There are so many people. There are web people. There are design people. There are copywriters. Like, there's just so much out there. So, yeah. So, Starla, you said, what if you don't know what it is you need yet? I know things I don't like to do or know. Yeah. So, I mean, it's really like when you come up with something that you're like, you have to know what you want, because you want to make sure that that you're getting quality work back. So that's why, I think like for like a website thing, like you should know what you want, have an idea of what you want. You should somewhat know how to work a website, like somewhat, like at least like to like write a blog post or something like that. But you don't have to like know all the ins and outs of it. So you need to know enough to know whether they are doing a good job or not. That's important. But when it comes to like business building stuff, like if, for example, you don't like writing blog posts, but you love going on video, like someone you know. Well, what you can do is you can just pop over your video to a website. It's called rev.com. And for $1 a minute, they will actually do the transcription for you. How cool is that? Voila, there's a blog post. So there's just so many resources that are out there that can really save you time and money in your business. Because let's face it, if I charge $7.50 an hour for marketing consulting, any time that I spend doing some like totally menial task in my business is like costing me $750. Like, so I need to find someone that's less than $750 to do the thing for me. Does that make sense? So you just want to really value your time. Yeah. So it's rev.com. And let's see, there was something else that I was going to mention. All right, so I told you about Upwork and Fiverr. Those are two great places. It's important that you have a good job description if you're going to get on Upwork. I found some people that were great, and I found some people that are not so great, but they do have a rating system, which is really helpful. So you can see how people are satisfied with their work. And I think, I found some amazing people. I just got the Unstoppable Influence Manifesto redesigned, and I just found a gem. And she's going to like design an entire stationery line for me. She's amazing. Found her on Upwork. I am so excited. I cannot even believe that I get to work with this lady. She's exceptional. Found her on Upwork. So don't be afraid to go. Like, don't assume that everything is going to cost you a freaking fortune to get done. There are resources where it does not have to cost an arm and a leg. Be willing to let go of those things that are not within your zone of genius. And also, ask for referrals. That's another great way. If you don't want to go on these sites and you feel overwhelmed, make sure that you ask for referrals from other people, because you'll find some people that will really, really, really help you. So with that, I guess the last thing I should end with is, do you want to get your paws on a copy of my book? If so, we have like less than a week left to get in to the Unstoppable Influence 21-day challenge. And I want all of y'all to be in here. It does not matter if you own your own business or not. This program, this 21-day challenge that I'm running, is going to help you to become the fearless influencer that you were meant to be. And that means whether you are an influencer in your business, whether you are an influencer at home, which, all you parents, you are influencers, whether it is someone that is active in a nonprofit, whether you are a minister, and whether you are just active on a nonprofit board at your office. So Megan says she's loving it so far. It's an amazing group, right? It's amazing. So, you're reading the book. Oh, you're loving the book so far. And Lisa says the first 2 were amazing. Yay! So, this is, this challenge in this book is already changing lives, and I really want y'all to be a part of it. You cannot get my book on Amazon until April 3rd or 4th. I still haven't figured out the date, y'all. I really need to get off this video and go figure out what date it is. But it's April 3rd or 4th. But you can get the book in 21 days of transformational goodness with me, and the digital workbook, and some other really cool stuff that I'm not telling you about here. When you go to unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge, it's only $47, and I'm going to send you this book. And it's going to be an amazing time. We are getting started on February 4th for this challenge. And all you do to sign up is go to unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge. Or if a friend of mine or a challenge participant has shared this video with you, make sure that you check for their referral link, because we do have a Refer 3, Get Yours Free promotion, which is awesome. Because if you bring 3 of your friends to the challenge, guess what? You're going to get my book for free and 21 days of awesomeness with me. And you're going to have assignments. And some people have asked me, hey, Natasha, is there another charge afterwards? Or, do we lose access to the Facebook group? No, you don't lose access to the Facebook group. All of the trainings are going to be recorded, so you have lifetime access to the trainings. You'll have lifetime access to the digital workbook. So yeah, there's no catches. Like there's no monthly fee or anything like that. It's a one-time payment, $47. If you are international, there's a $20 shipping charge, because let's face it, international shipping is super expensive. But friends, you're for 3, you're gonna get your $47 back. And this group has grown beyond my wildest imagination. We're well over 200 people now. And gosh, and to think that I was worried about getting 50. Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing that's happening. Amazing people from all over the world are all piling in. And I don't want y'all to miss out. You're my friends. You're watching me here late night. If you're still sitting on the fence, why? Come join us. It's super fun. It's amazing. Men, women are in the group from a variety of backgrounds, and I want you with us. So go to unstoppableinfluence.com/challenge or your friend's referral link, and we'll see you in the group. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye. Love y'all.